Hi guys, welcome back to the 31 Days of Yuletide Tarot. My name is Meg and I have a new reading for you today. This is for day 23, but before I get into what I drew, I would like to make mention that everything will be linked in the description below. So the deck I'm using, the spread I'm using, as well as my social media handles will all be included in the description below. Go check them out if you're interested. If you're also interested in seeing more content from me, please consider hitting the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you get notified whenever I post new content like this. And finally, two final things. One, I am looking down in frame. That's because I've handwritten my notes, so I apologize. Just bear with me on that. And secondly, I messed up again, because I found out recently that I was actually one layout short, so I decided to take the previous layout and move it forward 6 months. Previous layout meaning the reading I did for day 22. I'm going to be looking at it 6 months from, 6 months from then. So it's going to be the same ideas, but I added my own questions to help vary it just a little bit. So hang in there with me. Let's see how this goes. So the first card that I drew is going to represent the rebirth in over the next 6 months. And how the question I ask myself is, how can I rejuvenate my energy? And here I drew the King of Vessels. This is a repeat card, so I'm going to go through it quickly. Here, there's a deep belief in fairness and honesty and honor. And all of that is coloring how I make my decisions, what I do with my life. There's a depth of character in a person that carries all of the things that have gone before it. However, this card also suggests that you loosen your reins a little bit, loosen up. Because while it's okay to have a little bit of self-restraint, especially in public situations, let's be real, this is a good time to celebrate, but you might be coming off as too rigid because there's things like you just, nope, not going to touch it. Loosen up, because there might be you might be seen as too rigid. So it is okay to have self-restraint. Just know when to exercise it and when to loosen up. So that is the rebirth in 6 months and how to rejuvenate your energy as represented by the King of Vessels or Herod. This next card is going to represent midnight. So what's the darkest part of your cycle. This is going to represent that aspect of it 6 months from now. And I asked myself here, what have I learned from these dark moments? And here I drew the pole star. Now, I love this card because it talks about having, you have guidance and you have knowledge. And it also talks about the idea that we're made of the same stuff as stars. And we should remember that, because even though you may feel lost and you may feel down, it's okay. Just remember that the same energies and the same materials that make up the pole star are making you too. And you're made of the same stuff, and you can do what you feel you are compelled to do, so long as it's not hurting anybody or yourself. Just remember that you are a star in human form. So that is the card that I drew to represent midnight in 6 months from now, and what have I learned from the darkest moments of my journey. And the final card that I drew is representing the gift, again pushed forward 6 months. And I asked myself what I could give back to the universe in the coming cycle. And here I drew the Forest Lovers. And here this talks about love being a universal gift that's available to everybody. Here you're finding harmony and healing. You are, there's a positive force of creativity. There's duality here. It may be that you are finding a bond between energies that might not have seemed to come together very well. But if you, ultimately it talks about the idea that if you bring your own light to a situation, and if you're coming to a situation in love and support, love will come back to you too. Because it's a two-way street. It's cliche to say perhaps, but it really does matter whether you're coming at a situation out of just like, oh, whatever, or okay, I'm here, I might not like it, but I want to give everything I can to it because it will benefit your higher good. I might be getting off track there, but be loving and be positive in your situations, and you can come through. So that is the gift in 6 months forward, and yeah, this is the energy that I can give back to the universe in the coming cycle. So that is it for this reading, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your support. Again, everything is in the description below. Go ahead and hit subscribe and the bell notification button so you can stay in the loop when I post new content. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Have the kissy heart too. Okay, I'll see you later. Bye.